Hello and welcome. My name is Treasure Magistus, and today we're going to be playing some more space exploration. Why is that looking weird? Oh, I silly person. Yeah, we're going to be playing some more space exploration just to give the context, in case we end up nattering about it with chat, etc., or I just go off on one. The most recent Friday Facts was 416, which was the update to Fluids 2.0. Just for anyone catching up on VODs, basically. Cool. So we all appear to be okay there, so I can close that. Flip that to game. And off we go. So I did get to play a bit this morning. And I put in a few things. Unfortunately, I was a bit silly with it, and I put things in with green assemblers when I should be using blue ones. But basically, I think I mentioned it didn't have any cliff explosive in, so I added that in. But also, we didn't have any. Well, we don't have water, basically. I'm assuming, looking at the recipes, that Vulcanite will be. Or Vulcanite will need water, won't it? I got that the wrong way around in my head. But basically, I'm assuming at some point I'll probably set up core mining, and that does give like water and oil. But what I've basically been doing is setting up some resources bringing in type situation. So this is the only problematic one, as it's a little bit small. So we have coal coming in now, stone, copper, and iron ore. But the really problematic one is oil, where, I mean, I've only tapped this one up. There are a couple of little patches elsewhere. There was this comical 12% one here. You know, there's one down here. There's one over here somewhere, I think. There you go. 55%. They're all rubbish, and the ones that are getting into not being rubbish are absolutely miles away. So oil is a little problematic. So what I've set up is just a very crude, and as I say, I do need to swap these to blue machines so that if they get trashed, bots can replace them. But yeah, so we have some receiver chests here, and on now this, after a little bit of messing about, I have added on, I added on crude oil, as you can see. So we have crude oil going in there, and then we've got a separate one of these, because they only seem to be one channel per receiver. It doesn't do multiple channels. And then that's hooked up via separate wires, because it turned out I need an entire separate one for it. And it's basically ordering in water. Oh, it's them that's slower now, is it? Okay. Can I boost the production of them? No, production is slow. It looks like because of explosives. That's interesting. Why is explosives? Oh, what are they meaning about? I wonder what's happened there. Well, yeah. Explosives. I don't actually think... I must be making explosives. I'm not doing that up there, am I? Where am I making explosives? Oh, here we go. So this is explosives. So why are you not... Oh, well, you are. Oh, I don't know why those don't have... filters on them. There's loads of explosives. Pick up 4. What? Do. I mean, those are all tiny, and quite a quick recipe. I don't know why these aren't like 10 times as big. So I don't know why it's only bringing in tiny amounts of stuff. Yes, so the capsules aside, it's now firing crude oil and water at Damia. Damia is receiving. Now, what's happened here? Why are you down there? How in the heck has that happened? We'll go and sort that out while I think about blathering on. But yeah, so I also obviously built the entire base. I mean, I didn't do a great deal. I just sort of sat there and put things in chests and stuff like that. So, you know, it has been a sort of fairly chill session of just kind of, you know, setting up some mining patches and all sorts of stuff like that. I don't really even understand how... why these are down here. This is very strange. So if I just put that there... I don't understand why this is a network, basically. Oh, you see, it's got no bots in it. I don't know where they've come from. How bizarre. Yes, and what we need to do then is the actual vulcanized stuff. Hello, Marinza. How are you doing? Welcome to the chat again. So it looks like you're a returning viewer. In fact, I think what you must have picked up one of the subscriptions that were kindly donated last week. How you doing? How are you on a good Sunday? So, I'm just trying to think, because I was trying to get myself set up so that I had all the stuff. I think I've got all the stuff. Because we need things like industrial furnaces and pulverizers and stuff to do the Vulcanite. I think. What we do have, because we don't have water, what we do have a problem with is power. This was the other thing I was going to show you. I was trying to think what it was. I actually took out the asteroid defendy things. So that's not great. But I have replaced one side of this with burners, you know, burner power production. You can see there is plenty of coal coming in to keep them going, but basically because water's coming in entirely via, you know, the whatever they're called, the bullet things. I've set this to be only, you know, it'll only pump water if there's like a real excess, because I want it to be used, you know, to make rocket fuel and process, you know, do cracking and, you know, make fluids and all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's really a case of, you know, like when this is all backed up. I've set this basically to Malvis orbit. As you can see, it's only done 14 sections, which is a little odd. Why is it only done 14? Because that's not low density. Ah, there you go, you see. Plastic. No plastic. And of course, that's dependent on getting oil, of which there is only, you know, literally what I can send in via cannon. One of the things I hadn't appreciated with the cannons is they have a charge rate. So even though I've got untold volumes of power on Malvis, you know, it is literally, I think I went a bit mad actually with the solar panels. And we've got, what we got here. Yeah, I mean, this doesn't actually even hit its maximum charge rate before it's charged the accumulators. And I've got 4 lots of nuclear power kicking about, so I've kind of gone a bit mad with that. Partly that's because I've got to add in the pyroflux smelting thing, and that's like half. I mean, these are these like oh, can't even show it at that scale. Where are they? I don't suppose they'd be switching on, would they? But basically, the pyroflux smelters are like half for the steel, are like half a gigawatt. So that's a massive thing to keep switching off and on, and if I have then, you know, 3 of them. So that's what I was thinking with it, really. But I think I went a bit far, if I'm honest. What was the point I was making? Basically, yes, all I'm doing is shooting oil in, and so it's not really, and water, and because they have a charge rate, it's actually slowed by the actual rate at which, you know, those coming in is slowed by the rate at which it charges. So really, if I want to get it flowing fast, I'd need to have like 4 or so cannons firing, and I just couldn't be bothered to set that up. Yes, so what we need to do is head down to here, because I'm thinking this is where I'm going to do the Vulcanite processing. We could well just stick it on, train or something, and have all of our, cannon shooting things here or something. Might be a bit easier, but we will see. In which case, because I don't actually know whether these need because we have a nice cluster here of 3, where it feels like that's going to be a nice, really easy thing to stick on a couple of belts and send that way. But everything else I need, and there's also iridite there, you see, as well. I can't remember if... Because does this have... Can I do it from that way? I can do it there, can't I? Because it's got iridite, but we also need beryllium at some point, I think. Getting confused with the... Because no, that didn't have beryllium. You had iridite as well. And did this? No, you didn't. Jet Nova? Harmonite, okay. There was somewhere that was like reachable. Maybe it was Fern? No, that's the Vitamelange place. Kratos? Is there any beryllium? Or am I getting the term confused? Maybe beryllium is There we go, Beryl. There you go. But that's beyond the asteroid belt then. Okay. Huh, I thought one of these planets had. No, never mind. So that's not an issue. But iridite is something... Iridite. Something we do need to do. But yes, let's head over there and get things rolling. But as I say, power could well be a bit of a strain. So we'll have to see how we go. There is quite a lot of coal knocking about. In fact, I think... Isn't there another patch? There's literally a great big patch of coal there. That's not the one I'm tapping, is it? No. So we've got another great big 7 million one there. So we can set up a lot... Oh! Guess that got hit by a meteorite at some point. We can set up a whole load of coal burning, just with these guys. Might be a bit tedious to handcraft them all, so I could... Because they're not made in the... Make everything. Did you not repair? No. So, yes. Let's actually get some Vulcanite and maybe fire it at our platform and play the game properly, essentially. Should we get rid of the rest of this rail? Because the other thing we could do is try and annoy the biters in the pyramid. I did remember, having built it, that we do actually have gun turrets. But I don't know if there is some way of bringing electricity in. Maybe power cables just go into it, But yeah, so I could mess about with that as well. But certainly we have gun turrets, although we only have AP ammo. And of course I've let the biters evolve to the degree that that's a little problematic. Okay, so... Because one possibility here is we need, a fluid, like sulfuric acid, to actually mine the Vulcanite, but I don't know. So is that a weird shaped patch? No. But it feels nice to be kind of, particularly on the streams, I'm not too fussed about me doing like just tedious, chore type work off stream. In fact, it would be a little bit useful just to have relatively mindless things to do. It feels nice to actually be kind of progressing things. Okay. So. Doobie. Where did it go? This. So I'll just sort of pop this in. In fact, let's do it. And then maybe if I point that one in. Oh, that's a tight. No, I don't don't think I'm going to bother with that tiny little patch there. Set up. Still a lot of people arguing about the fluid mechanics thing I saw on Discord. They all seem to be kind of, I don't know, it's a weird thing that's going on, because it's like it's almost like, depending on how much you follow, other games and stuff, but there's been a lot of people saying that the new Elden Ring DLC is too hard, basically. And there's that thing, that get good thing people do with FromSoft games and Souls-likes. And there's it's almost like our equivalent of that, where people seem to be absolutely determined to make fluids harder, and I don't get it. Especially since most of the things people are suggesting are just like, oh, I put the belts the wrong way around. Are like just tedious things. They're not, wouldn't make it better anyway. Because always one of the difficulties with game design generally. If you're introducing things where they're like real world things in quotes. So maybe if I do that one, how realistic are you? How realistic do you want to be? Because, as I keep saying, one of my mantras on my Friday Facts read-through videos is games need to be fun. It's a very unique aspect of games compared to films, TV, and all that sort of stuff, because they're interactive. You can't have something that's not fun. Otherwise, it's not really a game. It's like these visual novels and all that sort of stuff. Are they really games? It's difficult to argue that they are, in my opinion. Get rid of that one. They're all good. So, I'm just snaking this round, basically. In which case, shortcut that bit. But yeah, so, fluids are a real thing, and they're not, I invented fluids for Factorio. But to what extent do you try to make them realistic, or try to seem realistic, or what have you? And everyone seems to be, even though the old system was not realistic. This is the bit I don't get. It was not a realistic system before. It had some qualities of realism, but it wasn't, in any way realistic. And yet people seem to be determined to put sort of realism into it, and it's like, well, real fluids are annoying. They're not fun. Cool. So that needs to come out of the bottom. Oops. Okay. And that belt needs turning around, doesn't it? Yeah, so you're getting all sorts of people going, well, could you put this, do this in it, and do that in it? Yeah, no, that's not that. You could do all sorts of things, but would they be fun? Probably not. Just trying to make sure that I've not got any miners that are going to instantly run out. Because they're just mining an overlap area. Don't need to do this, it's just particularly with the not great power situation. It's just worth doing a bit of tidying up, Okay, so, empty. Right, so we turn this one round, I think that's then 4 lanes. Not that the number of lanes matters, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course it's 5. Well, I mean, that's not actually got that much on it, so maybe just spread out. Maybe. So maybe we turn this one round. In fact, that's 2. Boopity boop. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Yeah. Cool, that'll do. 1, 2. 3. Dang rocks. Dang. Oh. Okay, so that's 4 there. How many miners have I got left? Not many, I would guess. 22. Okay. Having fun with the old things now. I guess I could also look. I mean, how many actually is this in terms of transport belts? So it's not even a transport belt. Is it like super hard or something? As it were. Mining time 200%. Okay. Might actually be better. Kind of blending it all together, really. So it'll reduce the amount of belts too. So in fact, actually, if we just take that and around there, like that. Alright, guys. You were the ones that dashed off. Not my fault, is it? So if we perhaps blend that one together. And that one. So we get one belt out. Which is what it's telling me it will give me. I'm just sort of assuming that a belt is worth trying to achieve. I'll have to see if this one gives us that as well. How many can I handcraft, I guess, is the other question. Oh. That's not great, is it? The other bonus thing with sending, obviously, the barrels in, although it looks like it's all backed up now, is they get way more steel for free. But then, sort of run out, basically, because or fill up, basically. There won't be any coming in, because it will get stuck, which is bizarre, because the whole thing, you know, when I was testing it out the first time, steel was just this massive bottleneck, but now it's oil. I mean, another thing that will obviously help is coal liquefaction, because that's part of why we kind of want, you know, the Vulcanite technology. Okay, let's have a little bit of a tidy up. Don't need you. Okay. Right there. Didn't gain as many back that time. Okay, so how many are we short? 70. Crikey. Tends to suggest, though, maybe just these two will give us a bounce worth. Let's head back and see how many we've got. Right. Where are the miners? I think we need a gate here. Or something. Need to go to the middle. So I've got 56, okay. Do we have iron plate? Should do. What does that get us up to? That'll be another 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll be about 63. We know we need 70. So let's grab some more iron plate. Let's also see what the machines have got for us. What are we missing now? Small motors, which I'm guessing this is copper. Yeah. So that should be enough stacked up to sort us, I think. There'll be a few left over. I don't know why they're not coming and emptying me. Seem to just be leaving the stone there for some reason. And I have got chests and chests of stone, which is incredibly useless. Because there's no landfill needed here, because there's absolutely no water. Okay, let's head back then. So, I just don't seem to be bothering picking that up. I guess maybe they're all assigned to jobs, moving stuff around already. There's only 50 of them. Okay. Anyway. Any more? Yep, a couple. Right, so how much will this produce? 0.7 belt as well. Okay, so we don't really need to mine this one up. So we will get rid of that. Because that'll give us a belt and a half, so a belt, but also a bit spare. Guitars. rearrange things a bit. Okay. So, in theory, a couple of lanes of Vulcanite. Or raw Vulcanite. Let's see what happens to the power. Well, I guess also, I kind of need to bring power down here, don't I? But am I going to build a rail system that connects these two properly? Is that what I want to do? I think probably it is. I think probably it is. So we'll assume that if I'm going to bring things in by rail, I'll do it all in there. Be a 111 train system. So let's come in. In fact, let's start it there. Oh, hold on. There. I've only gotten 13 bonuses. Would it not have been making more of those then? Because I haven't actually found, there haven't been any like errors in this so far that I've seen. And saying that, I've just seen one. That is the wrong way around. That's it. But that's the first one I've seen. Which is kind of amazing for one of my builds. So let's fix that on here. Gone the wrong way. So where was that? That one there. Oop. That's backwards. Which explains why it's not made any furnaces either, because that's needed for that, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. I don't suppose it's made any solar, is it? Because the days here are really long, which is interesting. Yeah, so we do have a load of solar panels and a few accumulators as well. Okay, right. Not enough to do one of these though, is it? No, I mean that's 200 and 200 basically. But if I increase that to 4. And that to 4. Then at some point, I think that's probably a worthwhile thing to do anyway. Why have they not kicked... Oh, because of glass. Because I cut the stone off, didn't I? Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of imagining at some point I'll put on a... The ideal thing would be for this to have a robo network that runs down the rails as well. Now, because you know it's going to be self-repairing, so the bots need kind of access to everything. Cannot insert. Ah, okay. Always take it home with me. Oops. There. Okay. Oops. How much right on? A couple of hundred, good. Do one more, I guess. Chop that off. No, always get the wrong one. Do it there. No. Okay. Yeah, so we can have the... Oops. Oh, run out of signals. Crikey. Really? I suppose it is quite a distance, but it doesn't seem very far. Okay. 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 Yeah. How far do we want to take this? Yeah. Excuse me. So I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'll effectively run the Vulcanite this way. Because in theory, you know, there might be a station there where maybe long term that's where I drop Vulcanite off from other things. So I'm starting to try and think of these as more like finished when I leave them. I don't think that's quite true. But you know, build them so that they're, you know, not like Ran where it was like a super duper. Oh, we're out of rail anyway. Okay. You know, stopgap type measure. Where's that? It's not connected. Why is that not connected? Oh, there we go. So, what's that done to the power demand? Yeah. Real spike. A real spike. This is the steam engines kicking in when there's a bit of spare water. Well, it really does just trickle out, doesn't it? Okay. So say, I imagine that we would end up with a station here maybe as the replacement point. for. Where did the station go? Yeah, the mining. So in other words, we kind of pretend that we're unloading it. Well, I guess I don't know, do I? What about that would be the best place to pretend unload it? It feels like actually the top would be better. Yeah, I think the top would be better. In other words, that goes that way. And the station is there. Yeah, I think I prefer that. Means a heck of a lot more belt though, doesn't it? Because I've kind of sent this the wrong way, really. Or I guess I could maybe think that's the drop off. And then I pull, use stuff downwards. So this is where we'll do the yeah, that'll do. So eventually I might need to blend in extra lanes here. Time being, this is it. Now what we will do is kind of head back and just get insane amounts of stone. The more the, rocks that this generates. I mean, look at the place. I mean, I get this place because it's like some volcanic wasteland where, these are maybe thrown out by a volcano or what have you, but the whole mod just spams rocks everywhere. Okay. Oh, looks like they kicked into action. Cool. They have brought me stuff. I've got plenty of help. I don't know why it didn't bring me more then. Silly thing. Where's the bribe? Right, so what we need to do is work out the production chain, essentially, for making something Vulcanite. Now, what I don't know, really, is what it's best to send. So let's have a look at the recipe. In fact, let's use recipe book. So, what's it called? Production science? Production science. Okay. Product of... There we go. So, it needs prod modules, iron ingots, Vulcanite blocks, machine learning data, and plasma stream. Okay. Now, Vulcanite blocks, we worked out we can launch because that's an ingredient in delivery cannon capsule Vulcanite blocks. So we can send them. Are they the best thing to send? Because it uses water, you see. I guess the idea with this is, in fact, have I done the... Science has been taking ages. I really need to go and fix my platform. How many is that? That's only 100. We might be able to do that then. Because it'd be good to make them and use them. Because then we'd also help with the water. Okay, so where were we? So Vulcanite blocks. Oops. Where did I click on that? Require crushed Vulcanite, enriched Vulcanite, water, and petroleum gas. Ouch. Use steam, so that gets us more power. Yeah. So crushed Vulcanite then. I think we just make by crushing Vulcanite. I don't think there's anything special to that. But the enriched Vulcanite requires sulfur, which of course is petroleum as well. So it feels like we need to bring in more oil and turn it all into petroleum. I think. Right. So what was the maths on? I know one of these is used. Yeah, so they do the Vulcanite blocks. And put out steam. So we can put steam engines on it basically, because we're not exactly flush with power. Now if you were to take modules, how much would you produce? In transport belt terms. Okay. I guess maybe I should look at it more from a science point of view. But then you can only make it in a space science job, can't you? So we go back along the chain. 60 seconds and 6 blocks. So it would need a Vulcanite block every 10 seconds to make one. And that makes one every 1.3 seconds. Okay. Is that right? So this says that the crafting time is a minute and requires 60 seconds. So you need to be delivering 6 blocks every 60 seconds to make one. And 6 blocks every 60 seconds is 1 block every 10 seconds. And this is making a block every 1.3 seconds. So it's making every 10 seconds it makes 13. So in theory we could support 13 machines. Now these seem, I'm pretty sure the Vulcanite blocks are actually like really useful. It's a general thing. Yeah, because you can make pyroflux out of them. That's interesting. You can combine them back with the sand. So you get sand out of one of the steps. Okay. But these cation exchange beads, I think, are used in something important. Ingredient in... Oh, you can make them into plastic bars. Oh, looks like... So is there like a looping thing? Where you could turn it into one thing and then a different thing? And... Interesting. Made in... What are they used for then? Unless I just haven't... Oh, iridium... Oh, there you go. Iridium powder and quickium powder. Which I'm sure are going to become very important. Very important. So let's see if we can... How much of this would this require? So if that was 1.3, if I swapped out a couple of... Boop-de-boop. 5.42 a second. Crikey. I wonder what would happen with an extra one. 7.16, okay. So 4 of these. In fact, I should have done it. This is going to make like 30. Which is 2 transport belts worth. Give or take. But I would then need to make 3.4 of those. Now, how do we make those? Use a centrifuge. Oh, it's, okay. Stick them in and get more thing. So how do I get the first one then? What? How do I get the first one? Oh, I see. So it's a percent. So when you crush it, there's a percentage chance you'll get them, and then you can start using them to. Okay. So, did I not order the centrifuges? Oh, I did. Oh no, I haven't. Okay, so we need to go and get them. But then. How many pulverizers? Because I've not got that many of these. Yeah, so it's like a percentage chance of getting it. Okay. So it takes in 6. What does that look like? Production-wise. So that would make... what did I need for this? I needed 1.7. Do it per second. 25.6 a second. That makes 8.7, so 15. So I'd need 4 of them as well. I think I've got enough to support that. I guess I get some on return. What would 3 do? 26.1. Yeah, 3 would do, wouldn't it? Got the maths wrong. Okay. So we need to go get the centrifuges. Let's just build in this rail first. Okay. So if that became the Vulcanite one, and then... just do a 111 oil thing, which means we're going to need oil processing. So we're going to need some refineries. And oh, we got some chemical labs. Okay. Yeah, drowning in steel. Bit of a revelation. Because I can kind of set the network up in the assumption that, you know, we'll drop it off here as well, maybe at some point. Maybe. Do I need more power is the other question. Because I'm not really doing anything. And that signal transmitter, just to get the, you know, thing in, is like an enormous power drain. Maybe I could put just a cheeky little row here. So my monitor goes mad. Oh, here we go. It's got 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So let's make... Oh, can't. Go to copper again. Seems to be keen to bring me things, not so much to take them away. Oops. How many solar panels have we made as well? Made 65. Okay. So because it's such a long day, wouldn't be bad to have just a sort of half solar thing. Yeah, I don't know why they're not taking it away. I wonder if maybe, I don't know, oops. Crikey. I was wondering if maybe the QB thing, or that might be the get triggered by pollution or something? Don't know, didn't really matter, it was just something to get. Okay, so let's head back. That should hopefully have helped out. Yeah, a bit more power. Cool. Oh, and I've got 50 panels on me already. Really? Huh. That's 115 then. We're not far off. So I'm not too fussed about the battery side of it. Guess that was it then. The days are so long. Far off doing the old condenser turbine even, which will be good. Conserve water. Because if I'm going to convert this into petroleum, I need some kind of water. Oh, we're out of fuel. Now, did you bring... Yeah, they brought me the centrifuges. Okay, so... This is trying to make these. And that needs sulfur. Crushed vulcanite, which is what comes out of there. And the first couple of enriched ones. So, we've got to assume that pure prod is the way to go. But what's the maths like? So, in theory we need 51.2. I'm assuming that's a mathsy thing, and it's doing it all for me. And we would be... Oh. Eh? Okay. So we're getting 1.17 per second. And in theory we need 51.2. Okay. So it looks like we'll probably need an insane number. Yes, we could do 1-on-1 maybe? I mean, it's obviously it's percentage based, so you can't really properly predict it, but is that really saying we only get 3.6 out? Because I would need 4 times that just to support one machine. Crikey. What happens if we go pure speed? 0.48 versus 0.36, so that's quite a boost, isn't it? So, I think we need to scale back. Now, we do need excess in order to push it through the process, I guess. So, matching them up isn't too bad, because that would be 5 extra. And we are getting a couple, I guess, from this. 0.58. Yeah, so that takes up to... Oh, they didn't replace... So yeah, looks like we're going to have to go pure speed. Got to be dangerous with a pure speed. But yeah, we need 25.6. This is giving us, in theory, a half. Wow, so we would need 25 still. And that's only giving us 4 again. Less machines, but 4. So, that'd be 8, 12, 16... 15.32. It's only really just over one machine, isn't it? So the net of it is 15.94, 25.9. Crikey. These are not favourable ratios. I mean, how many belts is that still putting out? Can I go less? It's a belt. Is that too many? Am I being too greedy? If we were just literally to go 1. It's half a belt, just under. 1 of those. Maybe we still get 2 of those. I mean, that's more than we're producing anyway, so we're not actually We're only making 1.5. So I wonder if I increase the prod. Yeah, so that puts us into the range of what we're actually mining. But we only get 0.027. And we still need 0.853. So drop that off maybe. Okay. It'd still be something like that. Crikey. Crikey, crikey, crikey. Okay, so I remember that. I'm gonna put a copy of it sort of out the way over here somewhere. And I'll pick all of this up. The question then is, what do I actually do with it? Do I send it back to the main base? Where you have all the capsules and stuff here? Because I'm not making capsules. I don't think. I don't think there's anything in this that will make the the pod capsule things to send it back. So I'd actually have to produce them. Okay. Let's assume then we either fit that in there or it just gets added onto the side. And we will send the capsules back. Let's send the Vulcanite blocks back. Now, we do have a core mine here, but I think we're okay if we just add on one more station. Or do I put that one downwards? That would make some sense. Okay. You might have to give me a second while I close the window. Unfortunately, the sun's going out, so people are doing barbecues, and I live on the 3rd floor, so I get a room full of smoke. Okay, so the assumption that I'll send that off somewhere and get oil, because I think the best oil patches are that way. I'll do that there. Ooh, excuse me. Oh? No. This is where I need the redo button. Do that then. Damnable autosave. Right. So I guess this is loading in, isn't it then? Let's give it... Well, if I'm making it 111, it sort of doesn't matter, does it? So did I leave my train here? Okay. I suppose that counts as fuel, does it? It does. I thought it might do. I guess we're just sticking right there and just sort of do a small load. Like so. 1 to 6. Gosh. Oh. Cool. Maybe I should just clear it out, really, shouldn't I? Yeah, I'm going to work in this area. Let's just set it on to delete the rocks. I'm thinking is that I sort of leave plenty of room and then we can put more in if I need more in the future. Ah, did we finish something? We did! The condenser! Excellent! Oh, it has a variable power production based on the temperature of the steam. Interesting. Didn't mean to do that. Requires electricity demand and space to output fluids to function. Cool. And it pumps out water. So we can stick one or more of them on the end of the Vulcanite thing and get free power. Awesome. Now I did want to measure. Let's give it plenty of room. 6, 7, 8. So if we end up with this one kind of here. And I'll build it such that, you know, it can be entirely on one side. And then I can do the flip side of it. And put it on the belt on the other side, if that makes sense. So this one actually needs to be configured like that. Where does the steam come out? The steam comes out of any one of the back ones. Okay. Because I'm going to have to do a whole thing of... but it requires water, does it? Okay. That might be interesting. I'm wondering if I'd have a water train as well, maybe. Because oil we can just go and get. I don't suppose there's any other way of making water, is there? Recipe. So we've got the whole water ice melting. Okay. Ingredient product of internal high temperature steam. Yeah, that's the making out of water ice. Okay. Water. So steam obviously can be made. I'm not seeing anything that would be usable. This obviously produces water, which is probably what I should be setting up and using the pyroflux as well as power, you see. But then I don't have regular cores here. I've got Vulcanite cores. What do they produce then? Core fragment processing Vulcanite, you see, doesn't produce water. But it does give regular core fragments, which do give water. So it's quite a complicated change, is the point. It gives you lots of pyroflux, doesn't it? That's quite a lot for... It's effectively 4 a second for pyroflux. And then you also get some of them. No, you don't. You get some of them. No, you don't. Some of the regular ones. Only a fifth of that, though. But still, that's 16 divided by 5, 3 and a bit free waters. And of course you can use the pyroflux to turn it into steam, and then we can condense it back into water again, and blah 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 blah. So we need to be thinking about efficiency. But I'm not going to worry about that for a second. Okay. How much steam do you actually produce? 25.6. Now, oh, I didn't finish making that condenser, did I? Condensing turbine. So we'll assume we'll put the fluids in this way, I think. Ah, logistic strong boxes, eh? Okay. I think I'll just leave it for the time being, let it buffer up. Because this gets really quite expensive. And this is what I want. Okay. So yeah, we'll assume all of the input fluids come that way. And might as well assume output fluids go that way as well. I think where we put them where we get one. But then what we need... So maybe... do it on both sides? Like that maybe? Because we need to have the original stuff, I think, coming up the middle there. So perhaps the... gigantic sets of centrifuges. Now, I'm not sure I copied this properly. I have to see. But how many have we got? 2, 4, 6, 7. Crikey. Because it's one of the returner recipes, you know, where you've got stuff coming back. Ah. Damn rock. Okay. Let's pop that over there somewhere. I think actually maybe if I move this up. So it needs sulfur, no matter what. Need water ice input. Thank you for the comment. I'm not sure how you pronounce your name. Lolico, I guess? Need water ice input. So you reckon that's the best way of doing it? Because it does seem like I'm going to have to get a heck of a lot of water over here. I haven't really exploited the water on, you know, that starting asteroid. So it does seem like you're right there. There's a lot of water going to be needed. Okay, so do I just go with my classic loop approach to this? Feels like that might be the best way of doing it. It's going to be gigantically long, that's the thing. But I've got plenty of space, haven't I? How many is that? We need 28, crikey. Is that 28? Yes, okay. Blimey. So say, the sulphur's fixed. We know we just need that. This was the crushed stuff coming in, wasn't it? Which that would therefore be better. In fact, I'm going to have to move it all up. Okay. Let's just put it there for the time being. Go and grab these two. Let's cut them. And where do I want to put them? I guess... I said before, I don't know why all these mods are obsessed with gigantic machines. I guess it's the whole... more modules around them and stuff like that. But then this has the limited number of modules on it, so... Oh, you get stone out. For some reason I thought you got sand out of this, but never mind. So the Vulcanite coming in. I put that in the wrong place anyway. Because I'm an idiot. That should be there. And then we want a bunch of inputs. So this would be the Vulcanite coming in. How quickly do you crush it? Yeah, they suck up an entire belt. Cool. That's annoying, isn't it? There's one over. Let's just move it one over. Okay, oops. Like that. It's all one tile off. Right, so. What have I done? Oh, I've assumed that there was some... Yeah, okay, don't need that gap, do I? There. And now it's one tile off again. Excellent. Right. You'll stop messing about. So we need multiple things coming out of here. We've got the stone, rather. Okay. The stone, it's only 25% chance. I wonder if because I have got pulverizers and stuff. Because we can always just turn it into sand. Turn that into landfill. Which I think is what a lot of people do. That's my understanding. Just sort of ignore it, essentially. Whack. Oh, turn that into landfill. And then stick that in a warehouse and sort of ignore it. That's what I understand quite a lot of people do. Because the ratios on this are bonkers. This is 200 sand. So it's 100 stone coming in just to make one piece of landfill. It feels like a bit of a cheat, that, really. Like it's defeating the point of what you're doing, really. Okay. Just thinking how I want to do it, really. So if we have... Because I can't really... That's going to be a godsend. There's all these minor little things coming in with 2.0. It's like I just keep running up against. Oh, well, that'll be really useful type stuff because obviously in 2.0 you can set anything can have a filter, you know, like a recipe filter on it. You know, you're not restricted by everything. You know, you can only do filtering on filter inserters. So, I wonder if I could actually if I put those close enough. Like that maybe. Well, how much is actually going to come out? 12 a second. That's a lot. I wonder if maybe I do it with filtered splitters instead then. So we just put everything. Maybe send it the other way. And then that guy can just grab any stone that moves past. And then we can send the rest of it. I guess it wouldn't be filtered, would it? Let's just do that then. Okay, so we've got two things now. A small number of the whatchamacallits that we want, which we do need to seed in. So we can't just send them straight into this. So I can't think of much of another way of doing it other than my sort of usual pludge together one of just send it round in loops basically. Because there's a third thing though, isn't there? We need sulfur. But then what's the ratios on it? Oh, it makes sand as well. Okay. That's where I'm thinking of the sand. But we can just filter that off, you see, and stick it straight in the assembler, making landfill. So I need to get sulfur in. Did I put, I didn't put a belt specifically for that, did I? No. Okay. So if we say that sulfur just comes in via whatever chemical, you know, process that I'm doing, we'll kind of sideload it onto the one of belts, I think. Yeah, so I have to be careful. Okay, so if we assume sulfur comes out onto that one, I think it's probably most sensible maybe to put the loading on this side. Well, that makes sense. Maybe if I move the whole thing up. So it's not like we're running out of room, really. So if we move all of this up. What's that? That's 7 of them. Pop them up there. It's just bonkers, this gen. Never mind. So. This is the sulfur. We then do a splitter. Where do I want to put that? So then what we got then? There's a belt there. That is sulfur on that side. And if we make that filter the handful of whatever these are called, enriched ones, wrong side, they'll go on there. And then we've got the other one on that side. Which is not good in a way. In fact, I'm going to have to move these anyway because I need more space for power poles. Light switch. Oops. How many were there then? 28. So that's 10. 28, hopefully. Yep. It's not ideal because the long-handed is obviously slower. And it's currently putting in the one that's most required, but it is a 10-second craft time, although I've shortened that with speed. How many are going to be needed? 0.64, or rather 1 a second. Let's assume, so it'd be better if it was the other way around. This was the most needed one, really, because this outputs it as well, doesn't it? Yeah, the crushed stuff comes out. Okay, I'm gonna need a lot of belt. Oh, I could put it in the crusher then. That's not very voluminous, is it? No. Just do it myself then. Just do it myself then. Just because I need a bit of room to do the whole messing about with belts that will be a complete spaghettification, I'm sure. Right. Suspect we may need to go back for more. Just a bit. No, still okay. Okay, so that one's coming out with that. And then it outputs two of the same thing, but also sand. And no sulfur. So, since we know that we don't want sulfur going kind of round and round, or do I? Does that matter? I'm just thinking maybe, because we know that this is... So if there's excess sulfur, it's just not going to matter, is it? Because what I need is like 3 filters on this. Or could I also do it with belt filtering again? I could, couldn't I? I need 3 belt filters. Okay, so maybe if I put... It's not going to come out that quick, is it? So everything goes that way. And then we've got 3 products coming out. We've got the sand. Where's the sand? Where's the sand? Intermediates? There we go. So sand. Oops. Is that sensible? No, it isn't, is it? Because I'm going to need to repeat this. So I need it to merge onto a single belt, really. Like so. Would that not be better at the top? So then that's the repeat there. No, it isn't. What did I do? What did I do different? Oh, I put that in a different place. Why have I done that? Okay. Use a large chest at the beginning and then use circuits to control the output of items. Your recipe involves recycled items. While I don't mind backseating, don't be offended if I ignore you, because I'm gonna do this how I want to do it. But so I don't mind people putting in advice and tips, but I'll do it my way if that's okay. And so it's not meant, you know. So feel free to put them in, but I'll just do what I want, basically. I'm afraid. So that's the sand. Take that back around. So that needs to go in there. Yeah, because that outputs stone. So really, that's not quite right, is it? Because this could miss some. Yeah, so if I put maybe a splitter there, there's not actually that much comes out, is it? 25%. Okay. I do that. Oh, it's because I've left a gap between. Okay. Let's move that back. Cool. There's a lot of sand there. And then we want the output of that one. Just going in there. Cool. Cool. Okay. So I need to fill that one as well then. So that one needs to be the stone. Obviously it will back up if we can't process it all, but then I can put speeds in there. Okay, so that's the chips coming through there. That's the blocks and the sulfur. Okay. So that processes the sand, but then we need to split the enriched stuff. I guess might be easiest on there. Don't know where I'm going to send that one for the moment. So that's on the left hand side, isn't it? if it was loading it like that, I think that would work. Let me think. So it's on the left side there as it comes around. So it's on the outside, let's put it that way. No, that's the wrong side, isn't it? So, underground again. So, because this is the low volume one, so it's not actually going to make too much of an issue. Is that it coming back in there? Yeah. So, if we then do a split and another split, then we can say send those guys that way. And this will be the stuff coming out. Priority will be other way, that one. So always make sure that belt is full. Is that on the right side though? Because there's something outside there. Yeah, so that's okay. And then jump that over there. Cool, so that's one of them. Let's see how. Repeatable that is, so they are all connecting. Yeah, cool. Okay. Next bit of spaghetti. So that's that one, isn't it? Oops. Right. Because that's the... Right. Why is that on there? Oh, I've run out of stuff. Okay. Do need to go back then. Because this is the sand, isn't it? Yeah, that filter's on the wrong side. Oops. Yeah, gotta go back. In fact, already got a train. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm actually loading on. I guess I'm loading on the cubes then, aren't we? Okay. Those power piles are going to be in the way, aren't they? Okay. let's see what would be. I guess if I do. Oops. That. Because there are only 111 trains, so. Take up a lot of room. And then. All the way around. Oh, right, fuel. How much did I put in then? Not very much at all, then, I guess. Oh, it was a bit of Vulcanite, wasn't it? Which is only a tiny fuel capacity, so... Right. Is this going to fit? No, not at all. Okay. So if I move that down, turn my bots off. Now, I think that lines up okay. So that then becomes unload. Oh, we got my bot switched on. Okay. What's happened there? Rogue piece of track for some reason. No, don't let you. Right. Now, I need to fuel it as well, don't I? Lucky chest, lucky chest. Lucky. Sorry, web portal. This needs a. Or should I put. How much rocket fuel have I actually got? Stacking. Oh, it's starting to get there. Does that mean that's fully fueled then? Crikey. But the embarrassingly low amount of petroleum means that it is kind of stuck. How many solar panels on that have we got? Okay. Coal liquefaction, you see. Okay. Have they brought me belts? Not yet. what I'm missing. Rail. And nothing I can make. Actually, shouldn't we be using stack inserters and stuff? Come on. Right. I didn't put fuel on the other side, did I? No, I didn't. And I didn't even put inserters on. Right. Let the spaghetti continue. Right, next one is this one. Because we've got the sand taken care of. We've got the chips that we need to do. Or the crushed, rather. So, the same sort of arrangement should work. Because this is just the crushed stuff. Okay. So if I maybe, because that's on the outside already. So maybe aim to have that sort of there-ish. And then that one goes. That one over there. Set input priority on that one. Guess we want input priority on that one as well. Okay. And then some sort of deal, basically. I mean, it doesn't actually matter with this one, does it? About what side I put it on. No, I don't think so. Okay. So priority then is to go that way. And go to you. No, to go this way. Rather. And I guess I could just regular blend that in. In fact, since there's nothing else on this belt, it doesn't actually matter. Just needs to make sure. Oops. There's stuff coming back into the system, doesn't it? It doesn't really need to go fancy because there's only one thing on the belt. Yeah, okay. Cool. Now I can do that properly. Yeah. But let's get rid of that one. Yeah. Wait. Which is which? The inside one. The outside one is the mixed. It's the inside one. That's that one, isn't it? Because that belt's irrelevant. Yeah, that should go there. Cool. Let's fire it up and see everything I got wrong. Okay, done. There, maybe. Oh. Yeah, so we need sulfur coming in, which is going to require a whole processing thing, but we can at least see if the crusher thing is set up right. What have we got for power? Okay. Bit of headroom. Because these are really horrible power. It's obviously not going to work until it gets the water and stuff, but we can see if we're delivering the right things to the right place. Oh, look at it backing up. That's good. That's good. We're only getting a stone every so often, which is what I was expecting. The crushed stuff is on the outside, that's great. What side of the belt is that on? That is on the outside. Obviously it would take a while to kind of put a few in. Sulfur equals water plus petroleum gas. Oh yeah, of course. So many of them. It took a while to filter around and see if I've done my spaghetti properly. Obviously, they're not going to put out the sand until, or anything, until we give them the sulfur. It's more whether or not these come round on the right belts. I think it should be alright. So this is the crushed stuff coming around. Now if this was outputting, so that's the bit I'm worried about, the long-handed not quite covering it. But this stuff would come out, so there'd be both sides, and then the sand would go that way, everything else that way, and then you've got the enriched ones there, and the crushed stuff on the outside again, so that's okay from that point of view. I guess eventually in a million years there might be enough enriched ones that we'll see them coming through. Which side are they on? They are on the outside of the belt. I'm feeding the new ones onto the outside of the belt, so that's okay. So they're on that side of the belt, and that's being added back on. And this is the extra thing here. That's okay. This will keep going until it's full. Is that what I really want? This is where some logic would be better. I think actually the priority here should be the... trouble is it's different for... Because what happens with the sulfur? But I don't care about new sulfur coming in priority. But I want that to be priority there rather than the new stuff. We know that percentage-wise that comes out 4. So it uses 4. I suspect it might get blocked, but okay. So this is loop right back round, and we are doing as we expect. And we're using the old stuff in preference to new stuff. Which, yeah, I think is what I want. I have to see. See when it all gets blocked up and I do have to start using circuit networks. Right, okay. None of that's going to work without oil. I have got some pump jacks on me. And I think... There we go. So that's kind of our best oil here. How many cliff explosives have I got? 20. It's not going to be enough, is it? Okay. We'll give it a go, though. Oh, I didn't get any fluid wagons. Okay, let's just... do it manually. Right, where are you? You're up here. There you are. So, if we say... What's going to be out? Because I guess... There-ish. And then... See how many down we have to go. Where's my train? There it is. Okay. Well, that's right through a Vulcanite. That's not ideal. No, it isn't. Oh, okay. So we do a corner. Yeah, it's not too much of an opening. And then, oops. Here, so this is just ever so slightly off. Take that out. I'll leave the station. Remind me where to go. That's probably about right, actually. Yeah. Okay, off we pop. Oops. Okay, so I need to get the fluid wagons. Have I got pumps and tanks. I got pump jacks. One thing I didn't put on this was a radar. Oops. I didn't check this condenser turbine thing, did I? Because I wonder what the maths is. Not favourable, I would imagine. So it's this one, isn't it? That pumps out 25.6. No, well, per second, 25.6. Okay. And then, can I tell from this? So if I'm putting in max output, so is it 101? 75% of the individual steam turbine, 90% of the steam used. 99%, okay. That's quite good then, isn't it? So free power. Ooh. Sounds like they're having fun. Oh, and that's us out of right. Oh, that isn't. A million tons of rock again. They're under these rocks, eh? Right. Now we're out of. I'm sure really the answer is, as you say, the water ice from asteroids, but well, that bit of core mining. Because that will obviously get us bonus pyroflux as well, which we can use to turn into steam. Turn the water into steam, but then get 99% of it back with the condenser turbines. Cool. It's kind of what I like about this mod, rather than like the Bobs and Angels, because it feels like it's more directed in a sense as to what's been put into it. I don't know how many alternate recipes there are in it, but those seem to be I guess the unique feature of like Bobs and Angels, of having 6 different ways of making steel, and they've all got advantages and well, petrochemicals more that. All got advantages and disadvantages and problems and issues, and up to you which way you go, sort of thing. Why are we not bringing me belts? Come on, bots. Get with the program. So we've got splitters, we need rail again. They brought me their fluid wagons this time, cool. Yeah, I'm glad I'm finally actually doing something on planets again. Because I think I took the rest of it a bit too far, then trying to build safety nets and stuff. It's a bit sort of over the top what I was doing, really. We're having a right old time with the old cliff explosives, aren't we? I think I said before that I quite like the way the bots do the cliff explosive, because you'd sort of think that they would take it up to the actual cliff and, you know, kind of interact with the cliff with the explosive. But instead they just sort of throw it like you do. It's like with trees, they just go and grab the tree and pick it up. You know, but cliff, oh, not that again. Cliff explosive, they do actually throw it at the cliff. Little vandals. I don't think we've actually got enough rail. 50. Yeah, we are out. Okay. Also put them the wrong way around. For genius. So this would be load. Got to think of a way to fuel this, haven't I? If do we have a nearby? I guess I could just steal some of the Vulcanite. Or do I want it to occasionally come here? Given we have oil problems as well. I'll think about that. Right, so oil unload. Empty. Guess we could also give it an inactivity if I'm also... Why did I put that so close? Cool. Guess if we have them all kind of feed in. Go back there maybe? One. Oh, we're not out of cliff explosive, are we? Oh, okay. Never mind then, that my little guy. let's fill you up with... Oh. Wow, okay. There's that one as well. Just debating whether to basically just pump it over. I mean, fluid's 2.0, it won't really matter. It'd be perfectly sensible to do a gigantically long pipe. Guess I could put some smarts on it, you know, have another station and, you know, open them up when there's stuff there. Leave it for now. We'll just use what we've got and I'll continue the setup. How much is it pumped in? About 3.5. Okay. Pipe is probably better. Okay. Let's go to unload. Drop this off. And then I'll look at cracking it basically, which... There was a very strange noise then, which I assume was outside. Okay, so that gives us a bit of oil to play with. Question is water. I mean, let's have a look on now this. So it's 168k of water. So I don't know with this. It's part of the idea that you go to the asteroid belt. It seems a lot of faff rather than just stick it in a barrel and fire it over. So I don't think Daimler Orbit has... Well, it might have, I guess, hidden away. I don't know of any asteroids in this orbit. Anyway, let's assume... Let's assume what? If I have both of them come back to here... Then I could also load water up here for temporarily. So in other words, if we have the oil come in and the water come in. So if I just copy this across. because they're kind of in bot range, so probably built most of it. So we will get rid of that. That. Just set that 0 for now. Actually, am I making stations in them? Yeah, I am. Okay. That's very forward thinking of me. Oh. So if this is just maybe water unload for now. No, I guess water load for now? No. Yeah, because I think I'll just set it for 0 now. But obviously I've got the water here. Conundrum. There it is. Okay. So that might fill up with water. Might not do. That we will see. No, let's not do that. That's horrible. Oops. What did I just undo? Yeah, I thought so. Okay, let's put it here. Right. So I think I already got some, what should we call it? Chemical plants in there. I haven't got any rail though. How many can we make? Let's make 50 again. Because this was going to be the... if I ever need a Vulcanite stock. Would it make more, make more sense for this to be the water one, wouldn't it, really? So if this is... water unload. And then we have a similar sort of idea. Yeah, I don't know why I sent the pipe downwards, but I did. Okay, actually, just turn it round. Okay. And then... now, Yeah. I can, of course, just turn it into petroleum. Or I can turn it into, you know, light oil, for example. They have no difference in terms of so that gives me 90 as a base thing, doesn't it? So that would give me 30. And that would only give me 20. I haven't really properly looked at how the recipes work on this. Because, I mean, obviously, I'll be getting prodding at each step of the way. Okay, so I did the heavy to light. Look at it as the basic principle. I'd be getting 4 heavy out. And that will consume 20 to make 15. So it's a fifth. So 3 extra light. So it'd be 17 light we would be getting. And then if we did light, and I say we would get bonus from prod modules. So if that was 17, because that, well, let's actually do it that way. Why are you saying 29? What? Oh, I guess because it's thinking of it running at 20. So it's 17. So that would then take 15 in and give only 10, you see. So 2/3. So effectively 10 more petroleum is rubbish, isn't it? Because that gives then 6, is that right? It might be a bit more, but say 11 or 12. 12 petroleum. That's 6 petroleum. Whereas if I just do it with that recipe, I get 18. Yeah, so you would get bonus from prod modules going along the way, but yeah. Okay. Let's put that. In fact, let's do it a bit further up. Where did it go? There it is. So that's the wrong way. That's that one. Okay. So this gives us petroleum. All we need to convert it to is sulfur, I think. How much are we getting? We're getting, well, we're not getting 90. So we'll never be providing it with that amount of oil. But yeah, petroleum and water. Okay. You needed prod modules. How much? I mean, in theory, as I say, 12, and that one could handle 30. So we only really need 1, don't we? Okay. Okay. guess if I did add a second one or something, maybe. It's never going to happen, but... Okay. Can I move that? Oh. With the station enemy, or something. Okay. I don't know about a belt immunity, I can do with a rock immunity. Oh, I'm too close to the junction. I guess it didn't matter if I just use yellows anyway. Right. Where did the sulfur need to go? Sulfur needs to go. No. Like so. Right, well that's that part of it. We also... I'm going to need some control on the thing, isn't it? Because... But... Is it going to matter? I guess once the sulfur is kind of backed up, then... Sort of self-balance, but... I think really I need the petroleum to be prioritised going this way, don't I? It is an awful lot of water. So, yeah, I think we're going to have to make room anyway. Okay. Or would that be better if that was... Guess that would be good that way. Makes a lot of difference, doesn't it? Okay. Now. That's less than... we don't want too much like stockpiled. There's no way I'm making all this petroleum and stuff. Well, the train hasn't even been back. Oh, it must have been. In fact, it's done a couple of trips, I think. Yeah, okay. No, one. There it is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so we don't want to stockpile too much. We also need this. Crikey. Going this way. This is the water. Ah, pumpy, pumpy, pumpy. Crikey. So that's water. So this needs to be petroleum. So just filling these pipes is gonna take ages. Okay. Oh, that orange. Power this up. Connect that there. So, what we're missing is water. Now, did I hook this in? We did. We have a massive 4.1 curb water. Look at that. Load. Unload. Yes, full and empty. Destination 5. Put the wrong one, didn't I? Oh, it can't get there because I haven't filled the right track in. Okay, gonna have to go back anyway then. Marvellous. I put myself on the right. I know I did that. I'm playing with right hand drive on a different playthrough. Let's just head up there. Okay. I would like to see what you're doing. Yeah, so it needs this oil to even stand a chance, I think. Oh, don't manage to position that. So it's right next to the thingy. Okay. Why did I come over here? To build the rail. To build the rail. Now replenish me undergrounds now. I sound absolutely staggered that we found like one error. It's just amazing from that build. This is sort of the problem. I guess, isn't there a... Hmm. So I can't turn steel, for example, into scrap. This is slightly bizarre, some of these recipes, aren't they? Because that doesn't involve any... Because scrap is just scrap. So it doesn't involve any iron. And yet when you recycle it, you can get iron out of it. And stone. And heavy oil. Strange. What was I doing? Whoops. I don't get why they're not emptying their trash out. Okay. Okay. Did I set that as 0? I must have done. Yeah. Oops. So, will it have made some sulfur? Possibly not. Because it'll have tried to fill up the other system, won't it? I got stuck already. But yeah. Oh, right, that's the alpha. Okay. So it's got them, these just haven't worked. Brilliant. Which they wouldn't have done because they need sulfur to work. But then why is this not full? Because it's output priority right. But it would only stop once it got... So I guess that does need to be input left. Because then it's permanently full. I think. I mean, we are getting a few of these coming around here now. So we've obviously had enough, you know, go that way. I don't know, this is a tricky one because I want it to go that way to prioritise the enrichment, but it's going to take a lot to fill those belts. Okay, we'll just have to see. We've not got any sulphur at all. Have I messed up the arrangement, or is it just burnt through all the oil? There's oil in the tanks. What have I done wrong? Oh, not enough water. Okay. Yeah, water's the problem then. Okay. So, output for is that because you're full of barrels, you see. It's all very good, but I've not got any use for steel. It all just fills up. Because this is now, in fact, both of them are at their maximum levels. Because the problem with this one is I don't know whether I want to load it or unload it. I guess unload it if I ever get coal liquefaction running. But then how much water is that going to use? Crikey. I think what I'd do, just as a stopgap, is give that a big empty chest to work with. Oh, I didn't mean to do that, because I need grenades and explosives too. Barrels are becoming the curse of my existence. I always used to hate doing barrel unloading with trains. I said this yesterday, the old fluid wagon was an absolute godsend. Just so annoying to work with them. Okay. I mean, what's the actual water used for? It's for that part. And we're not going to do that part until the sulphur's happened. So can I put a little bit of logic on here? That says don't bother. Not logistics. Bunker. That says don't bother pumping until there's a little bit of water in there. Not a lot, but a little bit. And then that'll prioritise making petroleum and sulphur, even though belt's broken. It's half full. I can send it over and see if something happens. Because it will push some of that, you know, when it first loads these tanks. But give preference to the other one. In fact, maybe I'll put it a little bit higher. Scrooge. I've got this the other way round. Is that what I really want? I think really it should be... Don't send it down the bottom. Until there's a good spare amount, I guess. Oh no, I set it as a less than. I think I'm getting confused. What's the time? Oh, it's nearly 10 to 6, that'll be fine. Okay, so we're making a tiny sulfur. Tiny amount. Which isn't even going to make it down here before the end of the stream, is it really? Would have been nice to make a Vulcanite block, but there you go. Yeah, I need to connect the other one up, I think. Guess I can have a look at the... Oh no, I can't. I haven't got any coal miners, have I? I was going to have a look at the coal mining. Doesn't make any sense, does it? Because I've not got the coal miners on me. Oh, hello, Senate. How are you doing? That's not how long ago you said that. Right, I got a bit wrapped up in the old... getting this running. Should we do... So we'll see if it kind of works. In the sense of... It can make it over here. And then we'll call it there. How much sulfur does this actually require? Just the one. Okay. Just the one. Cool. Just got home to see the stream end. Haha, those red belts look like something from Diablo. Yeah, it's a very intense red, isn't it? The yeah, the Vulcanite. I didn't look at the condenser, did I? So if this was here, say, just as an example, then I can't get it to tell me, can I? Because it didn't... Oh, it does work with that. So 60 steam, and it's making 25.6. Okay. So what I would probably need is a tank with a bit of priority on it. Okay. So if that was there, say. And then... just slightly nervous about doing direct. Because what am I trying to achieve? I guess if it was emptying... because we want both of them coming in, but we want a pump that's controlled, that says don't turn on unless water is less than 5,000 type of thing. Maybe 10,000. And so the steam will be preferential. The condensed water rather, not steam. I think. People seem to have been arguing over the fluid provided 2-point effect for days now. I can only partly understand when something is simplified that people can be disappointed, but the current quirks are just annoying, to be honest. I said exactly the same thing at the start of the stream. I was like, are people still arguing about this? I'm like, I don't know. I know Kovrex said that the spoilage was going to be the... you know, that because when he said that, you know, this is one big controversial thing coming, or there's something that's more controversial than quality coming, and he was referring to spoilage. I think this is more controversial than spoilage. I mean, I didn't really... I mean, maybe it's because I, you know, because I sort of basically, you know, lurk on Discord a bit. And only occasionally go into Reddit nowadays. I don't tend to use it as much. But yeah, it seemed to be like, well, do I really know it to be 10? That's probably 5,000 is probably better. But yeah, you know, I think you got that wrong. I think the changes to fluid is bizarrely more controversial. I'm just staggered by it. The more I think about Fluid 2.0, I think it seems to work very well in every way I can imagine. So yet another win in my book. Yeah, it was exactly the same here. I'm like, because the fluid thing at the moment is just annoying. It's just not. It's not a fun system to play with. I was actually saying at the beginning, it's almost like our version of Dark Souls. This, you know, where people do the whole, because people have been complaining about the DLC being too complicated. I know it just seems to be our sort of, this is backing up, isn't it? Because it can't use, you can't put that back in, basically. So it does want to prioritise, no, that one. Because then it'll have somewhere to put the stuff. Except not, because it's always going to be... I'm basically forcing that to only use it on the one side. I hope I don't have to go circuit networks. It's all just a bit boring, circuit networks. Well, there's loads of them coming out, isn't there? Seems massively productive, that recipe. Now, I guess the other thing is actually able to put in the right amount of stuff with just a single long-handed. Looks like it. Okay. So yeah, it does seem to eat in it because it's going through. But... guess the point would be here that that does then therefore need to be... You know, I want it to do the blocks rather than that first. I'm sort of amazed this isn't backed up here. So I'm sure this will all completely fall apart. We'll have to see. There's a few bits of sand as well. So I was hoping to just run through and make, you know, a vulcanite block, and then at least the concept is proved, and I can look at all the ways I've done it badly later on. Is this seriously not overflowing? Because what would be the overflow condition? It would need to stop, wouldn't it? So maybe I don't prioritise that at all. Yeah, that makes more sense, I think. We'll have to see. We will have to see. I think I'm actually making... Am I making more than half a belt? Yeah, it's like a belt's worth, isn't it? So that's a problem. Because I'm only half belting. That's a fundamental issue. A fundamental issue which I think can only be solved by a red belt. Why are you just sat there doing nothing? Because I mean, we're getting all of this out, and we're not making anything like the amount of sulfur we need. So yeah, I think this might be a red belt situation, really. Or more spaghetti. That's always an option. Because I could just take a siphon off, basically. Yeah, put one, well, not there, because it would interfere, but... Spaghetti is always an option. Yeah, I think these will end up blocked, basically. Oh, what I wanted to look at was this, basically. Is it... Oh! What else is coming out of there, then? Because it got two thingies. Unless it just gives it enough capacity to process the max flow through. It's weird, it's got two outputs. Okay. Look at that, Vulcanite blocks. We've done what we set out to do. In a single stream. I mean, it's completely stopped sulfur production now, of course. What's it actually missing? Water. Yeah, it would be. It would be. If I was to go... Well, if I was to go... Can I just... Asteroid belt. Let's check it on... If I go to Nalvis... Surface. Yes, I should have been saying I'm going to do a special stream tomorrow. I did decide to do the extra one I don't know what time though. Well, it's only 78 to get there. Okay. It looks like the big expense is getting up out of orbit, which is fairly realistic, actually. Okay, cool. Yeah, so we have made some Vulcanite blocks. Look. Cool. So I guess we need to get them to now this orbit somehow. Let us pop the schedule up. Sorry, I wasn't looking at the things. It's funny because people have been asking for this so many times, and now that it's fixed, despite hints that it would probably not happen, at least in 2.0, people seem more annoyed about the change than the issue. Yeah, I say I 100% agree with you. This was the thing. I was like, we've got it fixed. They fixed it in the way that kind of matches up with the various Friday facts they've done before about ways that they thought they could fix it, but kind of decided not to, because it's the refactoring that's the big issue. Because of how it, it currently works on a pipe-by-pipe basis, and all the solutions seem to be around, treating the systems as whole blocks. Whether it then does pipe-by-pipe stuff as well is a question. But the whole performance thing is really about, well, at the moment, it's nice and simple. It's just a comparison, and it comes up with an average, and off you go. And so it's performance-wise really simple. And so beating that, it's one of those things where you can give it a go, but and they actually said this, I think, when they were talking about it before in the recent Friday Facts, but because you don't know if the thing that you're going to do is going to be more performant, it's going to perform better, or even the same, you end up with a situation where the amount of work to redo it, which is what they were saying about, ask for forgiveness, not for permission, because permission probably wouldn't be given, because the guess would always be that it takes an enormous amount of effort to refactor it. And so that was, why Rhaegar just ploughed on and did it without permission. But that's why they don't change it. But every time they mentioned it, it's been these types of solutions. And the reaction always seemed to be positive and saying, yeah, that sounds like it would be better, and anything to make it simpler and all that sort of stuff. And then they actually do that, and the reaction is like, I don't know why you're dumbing it down, and why are you changing it? And it's like, because it's rubbish. Because it's a horrible system that doesn't work in any way anyone can understand. And there's nothing in the game, unlike a belt, that tells you what's broken. You have to understand how the mechanic actually works in order to get close to being able to fix it. So that's bad. That's not a good way of doing it. And yet everyone seems to be like, and I get that there's weirdness to it, and there's like magical instant transportation and all that sort of stuff. Who cares? If it works, performs okay, and it's not as horrible as the current system, I'm in favour, But yeah, that's not seemed to be the reaction, and I just don't get it. Because I was saying on Discord, loads of people going, well, I think it should be done in this way, and I think it should be done that, and it's like, no. I also thought that since they actually managed to squeeze this in, and it was only recently they mentioned that it might not happen in 2.0, maybe this is a sign that development is coming along well, or I'm just hoping too much. Yeah, I'd say I think it was Rhaegar just ploughing on and doing it. I think they knew they had to do it because I think there's more fluid stuff going to happen, but they were just too worried in a sense about biting that bullet. And yeah, wow, that's a lot of planets in the destination list. Holy crap. Basically, yeah, and what's worse about it is that all of those ones at the bottom are actually suns, and they have their own planetary systems. There are an enormous number of planets, moons, orbits. Yeah, there's an enormous number of systems in it. I think one of the things with this mod is that in order to beat it, you kind of don't have to go to that scale, but presumably that's kind of what Erendil is intending, that you would end up with things in different stars, because I think winning the game involves getting your spaceship when you've got spaceships to travel at a certain speed. I think that's like the win condition, or something like that anyway. And so basically it ends up being about designing a cool spaceship rather than, launching a rocket or something like that. Anyway, yes, so it's 6:10. That is it for today. As I say, I will be doing a special one tomorrow. It's really just a makeup stream, and the fact that I've got a day of leave with basically nothing to do. So it should be about 3 o'clock again, but might not be. I've kind of. I need to go for a nice long walk tomorrow because I've kind of sat indoors because I injured my heel earlier in the week. So I've kind of not been able to move around. So what I really need to do in the morning is go for a nice long walk. But once I've done that, I'll probably stream in the afternoon about 3 o'clock again. Whether it's a 3-hour stream or what, I don't know. But that's what I'll be doing. I'm not expecting anyone in my usual audience to turn up. If you are around, then that would be great. But I do appreciate it is, it's not a holiday. It's not a, as in for most people, it's not a national holiday. It's not a special day or anything like that. So I may well just be talking to myself as I used to do in the old days. Anything else to say? Yes. So I guess the other thing I usually promote is you'll see a link to my YouTube channel on the right there. Every Friday, I do an analysis, speculation, deep dive into the Friday facts. I usually try and go in a bit of depth about mechanics that they're talking about, but also speculate about what it means. What other systems might we get? What things we might get in the future. They're an enormous amount of fun to do. A lot of people do seem to enjoy them. So if that sounds like it might be something of interest, then check out my YouTube channel and you can watch a few of those videos there. It also has all my VODs on. So all of the VODs for this series, other series I've done with Factorio, of which there's loads, but also Tectonica, Satisfactory, Dice Program, other building and management games. So yes, if you have been watching, I hope you've enjoyed it and you might consider coming back for another one. I've been Trismegistus. This has been Factorio. Thanks for watching. Cheers.